Hey, what's up? I'm Kyle, and I'm going to be reviewing Watch Trading Academy by Pejman Ghadimi. So before I get into the review of Watch Trading Academy, I want to expose you to one more business model that has worked for me over the past 5 years, but I will get into the Watch Trading Academy review at the second half of this video. But if you're looking for a new side hustle, it's important to expose yourself to all different business models that are out there and find one that seems like a good fit for you and give it a shot. So I'm going to give you a breakdown of how my business model works, and I also have a link in the description with a landing page. It's not going to capture your email or anything. It's just a landing page that breaks down how this business model works. You're either interested in learning with me or not. So check out that landing page. It'll give you more details, but I'm going to give you an overview of how my business model works, and then we'll get into the review. So basically what I do is I rent websites out to small business owners for monthly passive recurring income. So let me give you an example. So the way that works is I'll build a website for something like junk removal in Austin, Texas. I'll make a 1 to 5 page website. I don't have a client hiring me to do this or anything. I'm just going on my own accord and building out a website. It's all about junk removal in Austin, Texas. Then I do something called SEO. It's short for search engine optimization. That's the skill of helping a website rank on page 1 so that your site shows up on the front page of Google whenever somebody searches for junk removal services. We want that because people typically call the websites that are on page 1 of search results. So if you're showing up there, people are going to find your site. So I build out this site, get it ranked, and once it starts ranking on the front page of Google for the search term junk removal Austin, Texas, then people are going to start calling that phone number that's on my website because they're finding the site, they're looking for junk removal, so they see my site on page 1, so they start calling the phone number. That phone number I have on the site is a tracking phone number where all you need to know is that you can control where those calls forward automatically. So at first, those calls start coming in, and I just let them go to voicemail at first because I'm not a junk removal company and, I don't have a strong enough call volume to really pitch a business owner yet. But once those calls start averaging around 30 to 50 or so calls a month, that's when I actually call up a local business owner in Austin who owns a junk removal company. And I say, hey, I got this website. It's getting 30 to 50 calls a month, calls that you can make some money off of. Can I send them to you for a week for free and you try it out? If you make some money off of it, maybe you want to keep it going and we'll work out a deal. Very honest, very genuine. You don't make them sign anything. You don't make them pay you anything. You're just like, hey, I'll send you these leads for free for a week and you see what it's like. So if they're a competent business owner, during that week, they're going to close a few of those jobs and make some money off of you. And if they do, they're going to want to keep those calls coming. So it's the second call after that week is all about pitching a number that works for both of you. So let's say I pitch him $750 a month. Maybe he'll negotiate me down to $650 a month. So I'll take that because the overhead on my site is maybe $20 to $25 a month in overhead with the phone number, hosting, domain name, and everything. And now all of a sudden I'm making $625 a month profit. So I'll take that deal, lock them in, and that's when this becomes truly passive because my website just sits there on the front page of Google, generates all these leads and auto forwards them to my client. And all I have to do every month is charge their credit card. All right. So this is extremely passive. You can imagine what could happen if you build out 50 or 100 of these sites. And then you build up this empire of digital real estate assets in essence. So that's a big picture overview of how my business model works. I've been doing it for 5 years. It's the best thing that ever happened to me. I haven't had to work a normal job in 5 years. So if you want more details on how it works, check out the link in my description. If not, here's my review of Watch Trading Academy. So I finally took a deep dive into Watch Trading Academy. This is Pejman Ghadimi's course that teaches people how to flip luxury watches for profit. And if you've ever seen his exotic car hack stuff, this is kind of the same playbook, just applied to high-end timepieces instead of Lambos. So here's the idea. You buy watches at what he calls bottom cash value, flip them fast and pocket the profit. Ghadimi claims it's not unusual to make 15 to 25% ROI in just a few days. That sounds awesome in theory, but let's talk about what you're actually getting here. The course itself runs $1,997. But if you watch the full 2-hour webinar, you'll get a special offer for $497. You get over 6 hours of training videos, cheat sheets, and case studies, plus access to a private Facebook group that's pretty active. And honestly, that group might be the most valuable part of the whole thing. Now for the good. Pejman definitely knows the watch game, and he gives a solid framework for spotting value in watches. He even breaks down which brands hold value best. Think Panerai, Tudor, Omega, stuff like that. There's real potential here for someone who's got the time, capital, and hustle to dig into marketplaces and flip watches consistently. But here's the catch. This is not passive at all. You've got to be checking listings daily, messaging sellers, spotting counterfeits, managing shipping. It's a grind. And if you're starting with like $1,500, yeah, you can technically make it work, but it'll be slow. You'd have to flip a bunch of watches just to hit a decent monthly income. Plus, a lot of the content in the course is pretty surface level stuff. You could easily learn for free on YouTube or watch forums, or if you're just willing to do the digging. Then there's the community dynamic. Some people say it's helpful, others say it's clicky and pushy with upsells. One big gripe is that the program is structured in tiers. You buy group 1 and they hint that the real gems are in group 2 and so on. It starts to feel more like a funnel than a training program. So is it a scam? No. But is it oversold? Yeah, probably. If you're already into watches and want to level up, it could help you sharpen your skills. But if you're hoping to flip a few watches and magically replace your 9 to 5, this ain't it. Overall, Watch Trading Academy can work, but it's work. And you better love watches and be ready to hustle. Otherwise, you're just buying a dream. So that was my review of Watch Trading Academy. Like I said before, I do a different hustle where I rent websites out to business owners, and check out the link in the description if you want more details about that. You could even book a one-on-one call with me where I'll show you the intricacies of the whole business model. But there's a lot of different hustles out there. I recommend you explore all of them before you settle on one, or at least spend $2,000 to $3,000 on one at least. So yeah, link in the description. Hope to hear from you guys.